No, I don't think Russia's taking them seriously. In fact, I think that the negotiators themselves are taking them seriously, but the Kremlin is not. And I think there's a purposeful disconnect between the Kremlin and the negotiators. The negotiators, I think, are acting in good faith. I think they're relaying information they're getting from the Kremlin. However, I think the Kremlin is purposefully lying to their negotiators to buy time and to try and elicit some sort of result that is beneficial for Russia, such as maybe a reduction in sanctions. Evidence of this is when they said that they were going to sharply reduce military action around Kyiv. Well, let's be honest, that's really just code for euphemism for retreat. And they were de-escalating, but really they were just retreating because they couldn't sustain the fight in that city. So they tried to use the negotiations to buy time, and they tried to use negotiations to show some sort of quote unquote goodwill. Well, fortunately, no one bought it because that was pretty weak. But they seem to be using but using the negotiations to buy time. And I don't think they're taking it seriously, at least yet. I mean, there's going to come a point where they're going to have to take it seriously because Russia does not have the capability to take Ukraine, and they certainly don't have the capability to hold it. I mean, it's a population of something like 44 million people. That's just not going to happen, and they are very angry at Russia. So the negotiating position of Russia right now is very untenable for them. They have no place to negotiate seriously until they start to do better in the war. And the problem is they're not doing well enough in the war to elicit the things that they want: control of the Donbas and Crimea, like keeping the Ukrainians out of NATO or even the EU, although I've heard they've kind of waffled back and forth on that. But really, it's just when they give these like verbal concessions, there seems to be like this, a kind of a sigh of potential relief, but everyone holds their breath, and then we learn that it's just yet another chance for Russia to reconsolidate, to regroup, to move themselves from places safely by saying, "Oh well, they're firing on us, and we were trying to be an act of goodwill." No, you are a retreating force, and that army has every right to go in and smoke you as you're leaving because of the things you did. So it's really just, as of right now, I don't think the negotiations are being taken seriously by the Kremlin because there hasn't been enough pain applied yet. And by pain, I mean pain on everyone in Russia: the military, the economy, the Kremlin, the oligarchs, the Russian people. As long as some of those pillars stay strong, they're going to continue to play shenanigans.